Hello everyone, this is Cliff. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Dark Souls, the Prepare to Die edition. Now we are in the homeward stretch. We're going to try to get, in this set of videos, we're going to try to get Ash Lake and the Great Hollow done. Make sure I got everything I need. Basically heading to Great Hollow right now. The biggest thing you're going to have to watch out for is the terrain. Make sure you don't get poisoned. And these stupid mosquitoes. Why are they so annoying? Why do I not have my shield? Okay. So we're going to head over here. Like I say, worst part is making sure you just don't get poisoned. And somehow I'm stuck. Okay. So I'm gonna just come up here for a second just to kind of let that poison bar drop down a little bit. God, all these freaking mosquitoes are aggravating. Okay. Always tearing shit up. Alright, we're gonna head towards that branch right there. Just come up here. There should be these, yeah, there's a couple of those. Not gonna worry too much about them if we can help it. I can go ahead and actually use fire. Alright, so next step is to head up here. Those leeches will come towards you, but you don't have to fight them if you don't want to. You're going to head over here. You're going to hit what appears to be a dead end and get a really crappy shield. I need to find out. There we go. So you head through here and you check, and that, oh, that is a chest. Sorry about that. Twin Humanities, which isn't a bad item. But behind this chest is the entrance to the Great Hollow. Okay, at this point what we can do is switch out some of our equipment because we're not going to need some of this stuff. We're going to put that covetous silver serpent ring on, and at first I'm gonna wear this curse bite ring because it gives me a tremendous amount of curse resistance. There are basilisks in this area, and with it comes the potential to be cursed. There you face. Okay. Apparently something just committed suicide. We're gonna hit this bonfire real quick. Yay. And at this point I might as well just go ahead and rest. Just to top me off. Okay. As you can see, this is basically the a hollowed out tree for all intents and purposes, and there are some very kind of aggravating parts to this. You have to really be careful where you're stepping, because as you can see, there are some very long falls potentially. Now, you won't have to face a lot of enemies on this main, as long as you stay on this main path. Now, once you go into some of the off areas, you'll start facing certain enemies. But if you follow this main path, you're going to be good. The problem with this main path is it doesn't really lead to as many items. And one of the items we actually want is up above us right here. And we'll go ahead and get that. That is the Chloranthy ring, which basically increases your stamina recovery, which is always a good thing. Now, one of the biggest problems you'll have to deal with because of all of these branches is the camera. And that's probably something that you've had to deal with in certain areas throughout this game. The camera does get kind of wonky at times. We're going to roll off here. Flip there. And that's what we want, Chloranthy ring. Let's take a gander. That boosts stamina recovery speed. That's a very awesome item. Especially kind of in multiplayer where you need all the stamina you can get. Now, one thing that I will tell you is that we will not get all of the items this time. Oh, shoot. We will not get all of the items. And you can see a basilisk down there, and you can see a cursed, someone who has been cursed. There's probably 2 or 3 down there. This area is filled to the brim with different colored Titanite chunks. So if you need Titanite, this is actually a very good area to farm. And we're going to jump across here. Unfortunately, you have to roll and jump across these items because there's really no kind of dedicated jump button. You've seen that before. So some of these items are going to be tedious to get to. Let's see. Actually, from here, we could probably roll to that. Oof, let's not do that. One thing you'll have to be aware of is, and you've seen this just a few minutes ago, is sometimes your character will appear to be moving just fine, and you'll hit some kind of funky barrier, for lack of a better word, and your character will want to stick in one place. Just be aware of that. Let's see, where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? I don't really want to go here, but hey. As you can see, there are 2 of these guys in here. But they're not, at this point, they shouldn't be very dangerous by themselves. You do have to watch that cloud. But if you've got a Curse Bite ring at this point, you should be pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. That's just a soul item that's at this point sadly useless. And head in here and head back up. Now there are a ton of crystal lizards in here. There's at least 4 or 5 different places with crystal lizards. But with all the other enemies that you're facing, especially the basilisk, it may just be easier for you to use the kind of quit and reload method. That does work. Alright, so this will take us back down to the path that we were on. Drop over here. Across here. Excuse me. Okay. Trying to remember, there's a path to the crystal lizards that I'm just not remembering right now. I could probably come back to that a little bit later. Let me see if I can get back down. Okay, I'm gonna drop there, and I'm gonna be using Estus flasks pretty conservatively because one slip can pretty much kill you if you happen to fall in the wrong place. You can sometimes get lucky and land on these little branches, but I wouldn't necessarily count on that. I don't think there are any other hidden illusory walls in here. I know the path with the crystal lizards is actually up above that path with all the basilisks. That's one of those that you kind of have to roll to get to. I can roll there. I can drop there. That didn't give me anything. Let's drop off here. And kind of the good news about this place... Oh, jeez. The good news about this place is that you don't really have to face a great deal of enemies. Just in a few shit. And as you can see, there's 4 different basilisks right there. Now the fun part's going to be getting those souls back. This area right there that you can see is where the crystal lizards are. I'll probably take a run through that when I get my souls back. You can also go through there. Just completely depends on what you feel comfortable trying to jump to. You have to watch out there. That branch can sometimes push you a little bit further over than you'd probably like it to. Okay, so this is the area up above all of the basilisks. We're going to go through here. Like I say, at this point, those guys shouldn't be too much of an issue, but just be careful. I mean, they can, in large numbers, kill you. Unless they just run up to you and stare at you, then in that case, they're not very dangerous at all. Okay, let's go back down this way. Back around this way. I actually see my soul, so I jumped off here. That was safe. Ran around here. And tried to jump down there, and that was not safe. Let's see what we got here. Okay. God, navigating this area is such a pain in the ass. There, that's a bit better. And as you can see, once you drop down, there's actually a canopy area, and there's a few of our favorite basilisks there waiting to have their way with you. And we're gonna drop there and watch that lead right back up to this treasure chest. Treasure chest. This here, this blue black titanite chunk. If you're into magic, go for it. You actually have this big long ladder that's actually fairly useful. But we're gonna drop to here. Ooh boy, that was close. I should have rolled. And I don't think at this point I can actually target any of those guys. Let's just drop here. Now from here, I think, yeah, I can rain down on any of them that I see. There should only be 2 on this first area here. Yeah, and just be careful. This isn't all solid, as you can see. Oh, out of that. So just watch your footing. And we do have that ladder right there, which will help us. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, you have to be careful. Some of these holes just keep going. I'm trying to see if I can find any of theirs. If I can lock on. Let's see. This is Eye of Death. Nice. Unfortunately, I don't think I can lock on, but I may can just chunk a spell down there. Nope, too much of an arc. Well, two things just committed suicide, so that's good. Okay, so we're gonna roll around here. There's a little item right there too. That's another blue titanite chunk. I am racking up on blue titanite. I don't know if I can hit him. He's kind of in a weird spot. Okay, so just be very careful. That's what I thought. Okay, that's that one. Okay, I got the large soul, nameless soldier. Okay. And again, that's the ladder that we saw up the top there. Alright, so we're getting close. As soon as you pass this kind of set of basilisks, you can actually take off the curse bite ring. You won't face any more basilisks, but we're going to go down a little bit further and I'm going to show you the next, because I don't know if I've killed all of them yet, to be completely honest with you. There's 6 of them, and sometimes they like to venture into other areas, like that last guy was coming up this branch here. So you just want to be careful that you've actually killed all of them. Now to get that item there, you jump to that branch right there and jump back down. A lot of these items will go uncollected because frankly it's really easy to get killed. So at this point, is that a... At this point, I don't see any more basilisks. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take off this ring and put on the steel protection ring. And I'm going to use... probably this chloranthy ring real quick. Oh, wow. See, that's what can happen with the camera. So make sure you, unfortunately, you have to keep an eye on the camera. So now you've got these little guys right here. And, wow, that's an interesting sound. These are the same guys that were in the Moonlight Garden. The area. Oh, hold on, there's one more coming. If you remember the area with Alvina, the Sanctuary Garden. I said Moonlight Garden. Sorry. These guys were there. The little ones did not attack you. The big ones did. So you just had to be very careful. Now at this point, they're all going to attack. They're not terribly difficult. They can just take a beating, as you've seen. I'm hitting the small ones 3 or 4 times to kill them. And basically, what you want to do is just be very careful about where you step at this point, because you would probably survive the fall, but once you drop down and the larger mushrooms started attacking you, you wouldn't survive very long. Alright, so that's 2 of the kids. I just want to make sure, because there are little holes, or in fact big holes, throughout this area. Now you can fire from above. Obviously that didn't hit anybody. Now the good news is sometimes they get stuck like that, and that's really awesome because it lets you fight them one-on-one at that point. I'm gonna run kind of okay, at this point these guys are a little bit slower, so fire away with your best spells. And you can see just the power that these guys have. They do have a lot of hit points, and they can hit really hard when they do that. As you can see, so definitely be prepared to heal. You may want to be prepared to run away. There should be 4 of them, I think. I've got most of them, but you just want to run through this little area right here and into this fog gate. This will take you to Ash Lake. Okay, once you get here, what you want to do is, if you look out onto Ash Lake, as I get the area announcement, off to the left, when we come over here, off to the right you can see a bonfire. Off to the left is a Hydra. Now that Hydra is a beefed up version of the one we fought before. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run over here. There's the Hydra right there. Now the fun part, quote unquote fun, is that Hydra will be able to kind of chase you along this path until you get into the shallower waters. So you may want to go ahead and kill him, which is what we're going to try to do in the next video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and he should start attacking at any point. I am going to run over to this beach and light this bonfire, save my game. Alright, come on. Now, one thing I will mention, if you were able to complete the storyline with Sigmire of Catalina, Sigmire and Siglind will both be here, and this area right here will actually complete their storyline. But unfortunately, since we weren't able to do that, that story ended a little early. Alright, so that was the Great Hollow. Well, most of the Great Hollow. Next video, we'll take on the Hydra and explore Ash Lake and actually locate one of the final covenants in the game. So until next time, hope everybody takes care.